Some say a robot vacuum is for those who are rich and lazy. Personally, I don't agree with this statement because ever since I got our newborn baby, uh, time is getting more hectic than ever. You have to spend more time with the baby and you still have to handle all your everyday tasks, work, and household chores and things like that. So for me, cleaning a house is one of the most important tasks every morning because number one, my apartment is facing directly at a main road, so dust is a constant problem for us. Number two, I actually got two cats at home, so cats, they tend to shed a lot of their furs, so cleaning of them is very important as well. As long as I can get some of these basic tasks automated, that means I can spend more time for the family. So here's my review after using the AIRROBO P10 for the past 2 weeks. Now before that, here's a disclaimer. I did receive the AIRROBO P10 as a review sample. However, this is my honest review after using it every single day for the past 2 weeks. So without further ado, let us get it started. So I will be separating this review into a couple of different segments. Number one is the unboxing and the setup process. Number two is the user experience as well as the cleaning performance. And lastly would be the maintenance as well as the cleaning and maintenance basically. And finally, price and conclusion. So let us get started with this unboxing and setup process. The packaging itself, when I first received it, I'm kind of surprised with its small size. That is a given because after I take it out of the box, the AIRROBO P10 is a relatively compact and small robot vacuum cleaner. That is, of course, I compare it with some of the robot vacuum cleaners I used to own in the past, as well as the other one we used to review in our office. Now that's aside, apart from the AIRROBO P10, you also got a charging dock and as well as a remote control, which is very important if you plan to just use it like a normal household robot cleaner without using the app. Of course, I will talk about the app setup later in this review. And apart from that, you are left with a deck of paperwork and user manual. One thing I want to complain is that they actually don't include the AAA battery in the package because the remote control requires two AAA batteries for it to work. It is kind of annoying because when I first unbox it, then I realized I have to look around the house for the AAA battery. So this is something to take note of. Setup process is very easy. You just have to plug in the dock to the wall and then basically you can just turn on the robot vacuum and then place it there and you can start cleaning already by using the remote control. Now, if you want to use more of its smart features, especially the app connectivity, you can download the Tuya Smart mobile app from the Play Store or even a Apple Store as well. Then you can actually pair it with the robot vacuum through Wi-Fi. That process is very easy because the mobile app actually teach you how to do it. Even the user manual also has a lot of detailed step-by-step guide for you to reset the Wi-Fi and then start connecting and pairing. Not really a problem. But one thing I want to complain about the app, not particularly complain, but more like a rant, is like you do get this smart functionality where you can link it up with your Amazon Alexa account or even the Google Smart Home. Then you can actually give commands, voice commands to ask a robot vacuum to start cleaning your house. That's fine, just that the app itself is kind of limited functionality. I can sort of understand why, because this robot vacuum is competitive price under $200. So I still remember last time for this kind of price range, you can basically just forget about all of this stuff because it is only reserved for high-end models. But nowadays, this kind of technology has trickled down to this kind of entry-level models. So it is sort of a mixed feelings, just like you don't get the mapping functionality or any sort of those map saving features. Understandable. So at the end of the day, whatever you plan to do with this robot vacuum is to clean your house, which brings us to the actual user experience and cleaning performance of the AIRROBO P10. So in terms of the user experience, I would say most of the time I started to clean the robot vacuum by using the remote control because this is the easiest way and I can actually teach my mother-in-law to use it as well, because for a lot of users, especially beginner users, they tend to reject a lot of those so-called ultra smart features. What they want to do is a single button to get it started to work. So you can actually press the power button on the robot vacuum and it will start cleaning. Otherwise, the remote control, there's a play pause button. You can just press it and the robot vacuum will start cleaning as well. The cleaning performance is surprisingly good for a robot vacuum of this size. AIRROBO did claim that the suction power is very powerful for this robot cleaner. I have nothing of those scientific tools or gears to test it out, but based on my observation of the dust collected inside the dustbin, I can pretty much say that the robot vacuum is doing a pretty good job. Especially, it can also pick up a lot of those high density trash that I did not even realize I had at home. For example, one of the trash I did realize it managed to suck it up is the, those tags, bread tags, or even small paper tags, which is kind of dense, but it still managed to pick it up and then suck it in. So I would say the cleaning capabilities of this robot cleaner is pretty good. And of course, part of it is due to its movement program or algorithm that AIRROBO has pre-programmed into this system. So compare with other affordable entry model robot cleaners, most of them are using those random movement algorithm. So it just moves around the house without any sort of consistent pattern. Those are not the efficient way to clean your house. Number one is if you actually program it to run in a like the AIRROBO P10 is programmed to do zigzag pattern, it will go through one area and then it will try to look for the edge and then find the other way to the other side. Once it determines that they have covered most of the area in the house, then it will go back into its charging dock. Compare with those random movement ones. Random movement usually is programmed by time basis. So after a set of time it has moved around the house, then it will just go back. It won't tell you like how many areas, what kind of area they have cleaned for that. Oh, so that also brings us to the mobile app capabilities where once you start the cleaning process, at least the robot vacuum will still map out a basic structure whereby how your floor plan is, like where they have cleaned or not already. So unfortunately, they don't have map saving functionality. That's rather unfortunate, but that's what you get. Of course, apart from zigzag, you can also ask the robot vacuum to clean in a spiral method or edge cleaning by using the remote control. That is usually used for spot cleaning purposes. For example, if you somehow mess up the room over here, then you want to clean up specifically this place, then you can just bring the robot vacuum, place it here, press perhaps the spiral action, then it will just start cleaning in a spiral pattern. So that also brings us to the next point, which is the maintenance and cleaning of the robot vacuum itself. Of course, for this price range, you cannot expect it to have any sort of those fancy self-cleaning whatsoever feature. But the maintenance is pretty easy because the dustbin is actually mounted at the back of the robot vacuum. Basically, you just pull it out, open the dustbin, then you can actually throw out all the trash it collected, and you can also clean the filter for that. Pretty straightforward, nothing major. But one thing you also need to take note is that you will definitely need to clean the roller brush as well as the, how do you call the two bristle at the front? I mean the satellite bristles to push all the dust into the center so that the robot vacuum can suck it in. You will have to clean because it will have a lot of hair tangles, or if you got other trash that might tangles around. Yes, make sure to clean it at least like once every 1 week or 2 weeks. So that should not be a problem. Just that I want to complain about the tool, the cleaning tool they have provided in the box. It comes with this weird brush and claw thingy, which is not helpful at all when I try to clean all the hair tangles on the brush. At the end of the day, I will still have to rely on a pair of scissors to cut the tangles and remove them. Yeah. A blade is always the answer. So, at the end of the day, the AIRROBO P10 is a affordable entry-level robot vacuum cleaner. Like I said, robot vacuum cleaner is not for those who are rich and lazy. Not all the time, but it is a tool that helps us to automate the most basic stuff in our life, which is cleaning our living area. Yes, that's the point. Like I said, entry level means that the official price tag of the AIRROBO P10 is going to be $179 on Amazon US. For the price of $179, I would say this is a very competitive price to pay, especially when I used to have my last robot vacuum cleaner. It's also about $180. Got worse features. So good thing right now you are getting much more high-end features on a smaller package. So that's all I want to share with you, my experience of using the AIRROBO robot vacuum cleaner. If you're trying to look for your first robot vacuum cleaner, you can consider getting it. Otherwise, I don't really have much to complain about this or to recommend others, because most of the time if you want better, they are easily cost over 500 or 600 US dollar. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, you can leave it down in the comment section below. I will try to answer them whenever I can, and I'll see you guys in the next video.